Made se mamu na majo ena bi na nwumre yi ya mama kwa ba eba ye no nsia ka se boyi a ye Ghana ensem edi ehim a ye semufo asem awiemra asem trafo kwa ehumni aham kopeye ede ba ye na kaseboy na moke FM ni Nit FM e Caprice FM ho e wa Beka Johnson Accra Sadan so na Hello FM e wo Kumase kaseboy nam so station Babron 100 ena aso kaseboy mu a atrapeti Ghana fana ina magana 40 ebie eno dan chanyi a okọ social media so a obo peace 104.3 FM edobeko Facebook Twitter and the X no Instagram YouTube ani baby a na anani mrenkom nyese ni de di akotene e wakaseboy mu ane se mampani na nado dankwa ekufu ado ejino mamuni na ni abayan na mu asa pasom de twa homam ama adankra 320 we bia no e de ama police adwumekuo e wo tesano finance minister o mai foto samfo ne said ni abuma mane dada no oko emnase badwafie ema afini nchemu akwahumesika mid year budget no oko kenkan ye e de kire emnase badwafo ne Ghana fo yanya ye wo fie ne do mo amano ni na se obi ehune sei ena Ghana ko mesika ne tie fiti sabre ko pem se ye bedi bronya Peace FM ena nwumre ka se boyi ya ne aban mu mpenifo ebekasa ewo budget yi a ne semufo ede call emnase badwafie no na budget ni mu nsem so ebia na wante oti yanso na bi fa weni so a ye babo akire se kokoo sika ana labor fo aketua na what ni biu head teacher wo ahenema kokoben wodi nsechi atu ne sayem se wogina teachers ani school nkwada wo school no anamu esrese wo bu hiamwa wo mo nsem wo biye meye o madom no mo nsan kesika yi bi yei ani nsem bi na yabo no anwumre ya madawroma yede esom na anwumako ya dawroma Oson's chemist edi Oson's garlic capsules saba se edro yi yanyare ansa na anom na mum se yare agbo won so a na yare na ye no kokota ko suabrobu water bitin stone ampesa bekwa tu no turi free ne peduanim fa Oson's garlic capsules etuno that's a need phobia onom Oson's garlic capsules no yare me no said ya ntontoma men baby ayesi mosquito kwe said ya kusie men baby anwisie wono sana yare bia men ni pedua Oson's garlic capsules wom MTN everywhere you go baby owo wi asafa na baby MTN ena so phone mu a ye frɛ wo ebeba wo friends so ebeba high sense Ghana everyday prices for everyday people and then say niema mafia setena ye de ye nika set television rice cooker fridge sound system blender o papa no a ne buafo no a high sense washing machine high sense ebono fofofo nanso ye papa aya okra duru baby kro bebon price ade na ense kra na kotofo from so ense da I say ko pepo utu entu Amen Scientific Hospital so ni allow self nyame ene yaresafo ade bia da sani ye bia nyame ta na ti bia na wie yie David senka nyame ta na ti ofi senka boyi ebetumi akobbo Goliath mo maso aka na to fom Goliath aje so yin atomic bomb ansa na atam na bowe David bu atam no bo ho na nyame di na chintra Amen Scientific and Alternative Herbal Hospital no de Trainee allow self ne tia nyame ne yaresafo na nyame yaresa no onam a doctors ne nurse fo ne apomudi manim di fo so amen ena esa ne senti ena obi ade yaresi Amen Scientific Hospital a wodi yaresa kofie no Dolphin Roofing System say ya wo a chance dan papa aye di kru bodan so ema dan ye fe ema dan no ahon fe pie eno dan chen ya ensuo totoyi ankrofo dan enyunu asa de de kenten na boss we oda wo beda aluminium ne aluzing materials ina no brai size bia ne kala bia bi wo ho ebo no so 10% ye free so ntini boafo Novus Industries and Trading Limited ano ne de ye de ye program ya to nsa de afradofo won pese onum begu ase a party a wo ya outdoor engagement for novus ye budget cash and carry juma ye ni ahoden a di ye juma ashoto na opesa wonnya bi sha na emu against what na juma no energy drink ye enye energy drink bi akeke Blue Jays energy drink fase fridge mu 90 na nom ahoden a wasa ni nadamu ni na no obenya ne back ejumeko ya dawroma ene asin konwa nwumre yi a ohene nana kwame amo ena
nana ya okese ya tenase a yede ensem no ebramo na etefo me yanhya ne so se ensem yi fankase no a bekwa akogina ene media budget review no a osoafo ya office kasem so ekokenkan ye no ehonsem a odi tudwa ene enkomo a ewo mu a esese yede ebramo no eno ena ya tenase donhwere ba ko a yede ebramo yi
na ansa na betiasi budget no mu de no mampeni na nadodan kwa kufu ado edi dwuma bi enne a ye tie free water na enne se 2018 ena mampeni ne na Bible amane se wo mu adwempa efa bambofo ho titru no wo mu bambo adwuma mu no na saa adwen yi a aban no ewo edema wo mu ne se obepe baby pa edi ama bambofo ama wo ma de fili sanse ese amrofie ju a ena kramanya da brenti aban ye se obenya obepe baby pa di ama bambofo amwomada sanse se ye security services housing project na lesaso ena aban edisika ahyem esi edanyi a adankura wom 320 edama wo mai police adwumekuo no a ene na abrewa yi puma kwamu a wo ya amamra ne amane ekodan ye dan no edi edan wo tesa no won kran ha mampeni na nadodan kwaku fado ene aban mu mpenimfo ekoduru dan no ho dan ne yesi wi a ya penti no kama rebe na bawni mu yi ene waje apaso ka pepe twem se ten balu e won papa no twitwa pictures kama na no na mampeni ya kasa no se dia waye ni nayi ye edan a adankura wom ye 320 ye dan dia ma police adwumekuo ne dia dan se pefe se aban no dwene police fo dabrem aban pese wo mo badwendwene kra wo bebia wo mo beda na atoto wo mudwumedi ase ne senti na aban tu sa na moyi na owogidie ni ahotoso ma pase eye nkranse edema police fo ebeboa mo modwuma na wie yie se de se na efata ebio na mampani ebo COP Christian Tete Yohonu ebeto dwa se mampani ani abanya ye no Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations mampani so ogbona baso pa emanu monu yobio manitrim kwa na owonu mugidie ani awotoso nya awrehemu se obema police adwuma no agina brane won tutu na adwuma se de yanimu no on tutu na adwuma se kra yire no ho ye adwuma na adwuma panti ena ma di breka sesei empeni atam de ase ninsem na mampeni so gidi ye pa se COP Christian Tete Yohonu ma ban sensi form o ma wono mampeni so sa ensi form da na mom oje tudro be wure treasure strama de nsanso no taja form pupuom e de atwa bosompo no bosoma kosi aye na dwuma se de se na fata ama police nyam no akoso.
The importance of adequate housing for our security personnel is self-evident. When our police officers have access to decent accommodation, it enhances their morale and improves considerably their effectiveness in maintaining law and order. It is a well-known fact that a well-housed police force is a more motivated and productive one. With these new housing units, we're taking a crucial step towards creating an environment that allows our police officers to focus more on their critical duties rather than worry about their living condition. Today's commissioning is a clear demonstration of the Akufo-Addo government's commitment to addressing the housing deficit within the security services. We recognize the challenges faced by our police officers and their families, and we're determined to provide solutions that will alleviate these difficulties.
Mampeni na nadodan Akufo-Addo amananso wa wakasa bionu wose edan wanso yi abanyasi diama police adwumeko ye na wo mabia no no enye se edan fiti ya na ebesi ho eye mpanimfo bi a wode ho asede ne asodie hye wo monsa na mo a wo mutu ye ya na mompa ena ama ena ye hunu de ye hunu edi kan ye Ministry of Works and Housing asɛn na yɛ adeɛ papa ɛna interior ministry ɛna bio police adwumakuo no ɛna afei mampani sɛ obi biara nso so a na ɔwɔ kyɛfa ɛwɔ adwuma no mu a wayɛ na sɛ dɛne na so di ama ɛnɛ yi aban esi dan na wie ebia no mampani sɛ ɔde ɔma se papa ɛma wɔn ma mo.
It's part of a comprehensive strategy to enhance the capacity of our security agency. It goes hand in hand with our efforts to provide modern equipment, advanced training, and better working conditions for our police force. We believe that a holistic approach is necessary to create a robust and effective security system. By addressing the various needs of our security personnel, we're laying a solid foundation for a safer and more secure Ghana. It is important to acknowledge the collaborative efforts that have made this project possible. The Ministry of Works and Housing, the Ministry of the Interior, the Police Service, the contractor Amandi Holdings Limited, engineers, architects, and all the stakeholders involved deserve commendation for their hard work. Your collective efforts have ensured the successful completion of these housing units.
Mampeni na nado dan kwaku fado ni atene ne na kwakwa mu odwumede na se na Honorable Kojo Ponkroma wo ye Minister for Works and Housing. Enso kasa ye no se edan yi a ene aban ye ne mu mpanimfo aba bebia no enye edan keke o. Enye edan bia keke na mum eye dan pa enimonyam ewo ma sefata police adwumakuo no. Na ene na wo ba ma na ekire mu se ekufu ado aban ba ye yi adan a wasi ede amabambofo nko an o ha nani a be ya 1000 de wasi na no na obuti otiche mu anase obubu mu sei.
Decent housing enriches the lives of our people and it gives our people dignity. The programs to provide our communities with decent housing create jobs, incomes for hundreds of people, increase in economic activity and growth in the housing sector of the economy, and ultimately develops our communities into well-planned settlements. For specialized worker groups like the security services, it further boosts morale and contributes to efforts at providing efficient service delivery. This has been the President's vision. This has been the ethos of the NPP. In line with this, the President in 2017 instructed the Ministry of Works and Housing to accelerate housing interventions in Ghana. This project here at Tesano was commenced in 2019 with the objective of providing decent accommodation for members of our security services, having completed phase 2 of the security services housing project in 2018.
Honorable Kojo Ponkroma, Minister for Works and Housing. No entry, no ojumede na se e no German boy bye.
Na enenso ye da bia na Ghana for hwe animu pa isanse na wadi kan abomrahye badwa no amane se soafo a ohwe sikasam so ne obeba emrahye badwam na akohoma sika no oman no enhyehyɛ a wɔyɛ na afe ne pa mu sɛ soafo sikasam so no san komrahye badwam na afe na hyase ne de ye de ni na karikari ye se yɛhwɛ a sɛ ne nneɛma si kro no yɛbɛgye to sei ebia sikase ni betwa de akoye adwuma wa ha ebe nsei yebagi sei yebe sei ti afe ne pa mu sa no a oba e beka kire mrahye bejafo no se ba bia na nko ogina wode nani ebu ye no obeduru ho ana onuru ho a wenti no onuru ho e na obeduru ho nso a wenti na bema na eduru ho ne ade nti na dodo no ehwe anim se ne finance minister ebekọ mrahye bedwam ampa onmunyamfo Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam ede ose yoyo ekọ kasa ekire oman ni nyina na o kasa no ene wo se aban wei waya ade pa se covid na chi wode awurade ahokire de yakobi mu pa aban ehwe se ne esikasem ne enema nyina esi ni trase no obefa kwa bi so adane no ampa ye kasa yi enema na nka esi ni trase no ni nyina adane.
We have implemented are yielding the expected results. Growth continues to exceed our expectations. The 4.7% growth rate reported by the Ghana Statistical Service for the first quarter 2024 exceeds the 3% in the same period in 2023. Inflation is declining. End June inflation rate of 22.8%, a reduction of 31 percentage points from the December 2022, which confirms the target of 15% by end 2024 is possible. Exchange rate has largely stabilized compared to December 2022, despite the recent pressures. We will remain within the appropriation for 2024. Accordingly, Mr. Speaker, we are not seeking supplementary funds in this mid-year review. We are determined to be more efficient, strategic, and intentional.
Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam Echere say, Aban eyene say, ene kan nyina obabo ho adwuma, obabo ho bra na wahwe ama enema atoto yie de ama oman no. Na adwum busumi no kɔ na wie na aban ka wode nyina Ghana. Efiri se obade ebe osoro ne asase. Na obo Ghana ka ho no, eka ye de. Eye American dollar no opepepem aduonum, echere pepepem ahankron. 50.9 billion US dollars. Na de koye ankasa de enum de a opepepem ahanson aduanan mienu. 742 billion Ghana cedis. Eno ene eka Ghana de.
Mr. Speaker, as at end December 2023, the provisional central government and guaranteed debt in nominal terms was 608.4 billion Ghana cedis. This was made up of 351.1 billion Ghana cedis and 257.2 billion Ghana cedis for external and domestic debt, respectively. Mr. Speaker, the provisional total central government debt as at end June 2024 stood at 742 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to 70.6% of GDP. This indicates an increase of 22% due to the effect of the cedi depreciation and disbursements from creditors. The stock consists of external debt of 452 billion Ghana cedis and domestic debt of 290 billion Ghana cedis, representing 60.9% and 39.1% of the total debt stock, respectively. As a percentage of GDP, external and domestic debt represented 43% and 27.6%, respectively.
Na wase sakai apeja kakra na de ama na apeja ne se yesika na ho odin wo fom edisa wo de kanu ayede ni nyina baga na sikam na sa wo sesa ama ohanche mu aduonu mienu 22% ena aba beka ho abra ye mo bosia foforo bia emfenka ho enti no so ese ete ase afa odi no to nchen a wase wone a aban edi wo moka omo makokoto bond ahodo ese aban tu wo moka ebesi eka se won tua no aban afinkwa no watua Ghana sky opepepem edumienu 12 billion Ghana cedis and watua de ama sa bond holders no.
We've paid about 12 billion Ghana cedis to bondholders under our domestic debt exchange program since February to demonstrate our commitment to the program.
Afei Dr. Amin Esan Echere Muse aban eyi 5.4 billion say wade eboa wone a asetremu hwi emmo won ho na aban so masene kakra leap no afei school feeding program so ode bi koho capitation grant and so ode bi koho and afei national health insurance so aban say sikai 5.4 billion Ghana cedis no awayi no ode bi koho.
We've disbursed 5.4 billion Ghana cedis to support LEAP, school feeding program, capitation grant, and NHIS since January 2024 to reduce the burden on the vulnerable in our society.
Now, when you know, and someone ene oswafo hiska semso, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam eko emrashebedwam wana mrashebedwan so edito Ghana for enimno ebi.
Na enuna for the time for our nenkata yemu no waba mane biu. Ese beka ya nanke roto ho ayegye. Ede boaboaja yakwanso emututu ane ede aye. Na nso so ba se budget se ya bia kenkan wieye. Ena so afa wo hwe yakwante mponso loro ko badie so de betu dwase o yagu no. Ema ye tutu ho yina. Na nso so Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam finance minister ne media budget ni mu no kan se abanya ye nsese ne ntoto ya nyame ya adoma afefo fra ebesim 2025 roto no ebesan de aba.
Government will also develop a framework for the reintroduction of road and bridge tolls to facilitate the processes for the implementation of a modernized and efficient road and bridge tolling system commencing in 2025. Government undertook to ensure that we will have stability and also ensure that the economy continues to grow.
Na then what you see akwanya aban de sine no se obeye obamane se akwan de aban ni abrepa woye ye de woye ama okase kura ebi wo a enche aban be wie kura tene se firi ho.
Government is determined to improve road infrastructure in the country. This has been done through the construction of new roads and the upgrade and maintenance of old ones. The rehabilitation and maintenance of road infrastructure nationwide are at various stages of completion. These include Joabosu, Moinzan, ongoing roads, Winnibaka Aswa, Karaga Town roads, Bushaku Town roads, Tolun Daboya roads, Nanton Karaga Bushaku Highway, Sefuwesu Town roads, Accra Kumasi roads, and many other roads. Some of the completed road projects include the Diesoba, Esinchim, Manshia, Anchi, Ajekrom, Deborah Camp, and others, Sunyani and Brekum inner city roads, Atebubu town roads, Asimfosu, Dunkwa, Koko station, Kohu Tafu, Miasu roads. Mr. Speaker, in addition, the following major roads are at various stages of completion. The rehabilitation of the Tamale-Tatali Road, Phase 2 of the Tema Motorway Roundabout, construction of the flyover over the Accra-Tema Motorway from the Flower Point Roundabout on the Spintex Road to East Legon. Construction of the Phase 2 works under the Swami Interchange, dualization of the Sawam Ofanko Road, works on the Aguna Nkwanta Tapwa Road, works on the Domi Kitasi Road, and Phase 2 of Obichibi Lamti Interchange and ancillary works.
Now, and what say, and for the time for Obama, yes, sir. Aban in a nuku, Keteke, papa, and the Abansis are yanning into Tiamuno. Said the Tibia, no Keteke, Chukuchaka, like a trail. Now, quite any coaches said the Bafasina, no. Abenuku, Gusa, or young Wojuma. I can take a back of my own children in Chasso. A blizzard no crowd ya bind the buyer. Yaqueno and tester will be the kia. A quasi quanding fin. A man to rent and buy ye. Abanuguso, Nabamu, so I take ever call my fanaina.
Mr. Speaker, our commitment to building an efficient railway network is not just about transportation. It is about fostering economic growth, creating jobs, and enhancing connectivity throughout our nation. The Nsawam Accra Tema railway line is completed and in use. The construction of the iconic Tema to Mpakadam railway line is 99% complete and is expected to be fully completed this year. The construction of the Kodokrom Manso section is expected to be completed before the end of 2024. The Manso Honey Valley, which includes the extension of the line into the Takoradi port, is expected to be completed by May 2026.
And what say, and Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, Finance Minister Obama, yes, sir. I buy one district, one factory or the buy, one village, one dam or the buy. Nanaba Kubin so one district, one warehouse. I don't see I buy ya, and no, Yamiadum. Abanazisi warehouse is baby. A ya cradania, a Tumibuaman Yama, ya you are my mono, and say, and I yentungu, the mum you to me cra, at Madin Yada.
Constructed 80,000 metric ton warehouses under one district, one warehouse initiative. Constructed about 400 out of the 560 small egg dams in the 5 northern regions in fulfillment of the one village, one dam promise. Constructed more than 800 sanitation facilities. As a result, we have increased the proportion of the population with access to sanitary facilities from 33% in 2016 to 80.8%.
Ghana for for Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam. And some no do go to drive media budget no. Ebinam diabe.
Na eba no planting for food and jobs and so a oswafo no say aban yi nani emfiri ho.
21 projects are at various stages of completion, with 169 fully functional and providing over 170,000 direct and indirect jobs. Introduce the planting for food and jobs to provide critical inputs and improve food security.
Afei, Osaka Bibi FR National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. And so Osia Kasagana for Emebuna Enya Humfa Sobrum Pim Edu.
Introduce the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program NEP to support over 10,000 beneficiaries, and introduce the paperless system at the ports and digitalize the operations of the DVLA.
Na Osaka Bibi for Abaya Betuna Fi ho say Abaya na adwen say obema bambofo na electoral commissions ka na say won ma wo mo ene hyehye a aban ede agu akwam de afa afia bato no so okan say.
As part of the preparation towards the conduct of the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, the Electoral Commission registered voters in 268 district offices and 775 electoral areas. The Commission also compiled the special voters list and managed applications for vote transfers and proxy voting. Mr. Speaker, during the first half of 2024, the National Commission for Civic Education carried out sensitization and awareness creation for a total number of 3.1 million people regarding the peaceful conduct of the 2024 general election. Mr. Speaker, as part of activities to effectively coordinate security coverage for the electoral activities this year, the Police Service has established the Police Election Security Secretariat under the authority of the National Election Security Task Force.
Na weni nyina eye de oswafo ne dutu dwanne e wo mrahye bedwam ebra na Akan mid-year budget review no ho ensam no ebi.
Na yeyi na wo gba mane se allowance abane de ma teacher trainee for no. Ye say afi 2024 ase ebesi June bosumi mu. Na 216 million Ghana cedis ene yesika abane de ma teacher trainees no say allowance.
Government continues to honor the payment of trainee allowance. Total amount of 290 million Ghana cedis was paid as allowances to 104,000 nursing trainees from January to June 2024. Similarly, a total of 260 million Ghana cedis has been released as allowances to 67,000 teacher trainees for the 2023-24 academic year.
Yena safo no ekasa dia fa National Health Insurance Scheme ho. And I was saying, say, the abam di biogua kwemu. Say, Ghana for the donwa ebebem. Na ye no say, National Health Insurance Scheme no. Say, ye ni say, nipa bebro, ebia 14.5 million no. Ebekwa kodu be 20.8 million.
Mr. Speaker, as part of government efforts to increase access to health service, the National Health Insurance Authority reviewed the benefit package to include childhood cancers, prostate cancer, mental health care, annual health check, dialysis services, and care for sickle cell patients. Mr. Speaker, by the end of 2024, the NHIS intends to increase enrollment of active members from 14.5 million, representing 44.3% coverage, to 20.8 million, representing 63.5% of the population. NHIS will also intensify sensitization on the electronic enrollment platforms by introducing cashless payments, integration with GiveMix platform, e-receipts, and e-payments.
Na enuna Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam eba mane se National Health Insurance Scheme ya ye kan polyclinics bako eduanan kron 49 ena afei ayaresabia Oha eni aduana nan ena womo do mo ho abagimu bie womo ka insurance no no tumi kɔ ho ekwaja yarehwe.
Mr. Speaker, as part of government digitalization agenda, the e-health project is progressing steadily with concentration on health centers and polyclinics this year. As of June 2024, a total of 49 polyclinics and 144 health centers have been connected, enhancing access to patient data at the point of care, claims management, and real-time biosurveillance data. This has significantly strengthened the country's health delivery system. The Speaker, the following projects were completed between January and June 2024. The Urology and Nephrology Center of Excellence at the Kwalebu Teaching Hospital, district hospitals at Kumeru and Fomina, and Chiefs compounds at Debiso, Nkrofo, Denchira.
Na enwache na wotisi ya umesium enwa say stem ya umesanye se ya abande ba ya aye science technical engineering ni mathematics no eno nko anu schools baako edu ena aban ba ye wasie ena afenso so centers no baako du ewo omanyntwo no ni ntwa so a ebo ama stem adesua ne adekire akoso.
Mr. Speaker, to complement this effort, we provided facilities under TVET to empower our young people with employable skills, with 168,000 students enrolled in the 2023-2024 year. Additionally, we are constructing 10 STEM schools and 10 STEM centers across the country. We are also building the first 2 STEM colleges of education in Kalga in the northern region and Tepa in the Ashanti region. We have distributed 900,000 tablets for secondary school students. Quality education has been given considerable focus, Mr. Speaker, because the performance of the students at WAXI in 2023 is also the best since 2015. Mr. Speaker, to ease the financial burden on parents and guardians of public basic school pupils, government disbursed about $38 million as capitation grant for the first half of 2024 to ensure schools have adequate resources to provide quality education.
Na enwache ye notice ensrahe tourism anu say enchese ye ni ntotu egu akwan mu no amaga na ye fepa amaga na ye nika encheri bia titire ni akiri wiasemu nipa yina bepre se ombeba omai mu nsrahe.
Mr. Speaker, Ghana is being positioned as an internationally competitive tourism destination. Tourist arrivals have increased from about 500,000 in 2023 to almost 600,000 in the first half of 2024. This is an increase in several hundreds of thousands of tourists, and this has led to receipts of about $1.8 billion compared to $1.5 billion over the same period last year. To complement this progress, we've enhanced tourism infrastructure, marketing, supply chain links through the redevelopment of key tourist sites such as Ebri Gardens, Ya Asantua Mausoleum, the museum at Ejisu, and the Pico Slave Camp.
2024 media budget in Munsem Nibi. Any.
Na Akan we wie ye no, ena dom kuma no ba no dani. Dr. K. Salato Forces, Erade. Sana, Kramanim said, Nebabe was a quanquoton de Gidumpi. Ya transifra no pie train, Wobeba can somewhere in Cranche Womb, Ama, ya Democracy Bibit Bola tax, COVID-19 tax, emission levy, levy, Nissan Yamanina everywhere, Wabayanko, Macranke, Troka.
Levy, the betting tax, the baller tax, the emission levy, the VAT on domestic consumption of electricity, and addressing the distortions of the value-added tax regime. The Akufo-Addo government will be remembered as the government that has left Ghana behind with the following: bankrupt economy, default or yen-to-min-tuya economy, a haircut economy, debt-riddled economy, overtaxed economy, high inflation economy, high food inflation economy, a shrinkflation economy, in fact, a high monetary policy rate economy, a high lending rate policy rate economy, a high unemployment economy, an extremely high youth unemployment economy, a misery or a witchery economy, a collapsed state-owned enterprises economy that they are leaving behind, a collapsed cocoa sector economy, a bankrupt Bank of Ghana, a Bank of Ghana that is positively insolvent.
na Dr. Kaisel to force and say enti oswafo no oba ye no papa ne pese o kire Ghana for say onim say ahokire o man no mu ana.
Its further job losses, living in Ghana now exceedingly difficult as the cost of living has now become unbearable. Many Ghanaians are unable to put food on the table for their families and loved ones. People can simply not make ends meet. In fact, the chroma is sick. That is the true state of our country. The high food prices are one of the major problems facing the people of Ghana today. Yet, this media review did not provide a roadmap to arrest the escalating food prices. Planting for food and jobs was a monumental failure despite the billions of Ghana cedis that have been spent so far on the program. The greatest threat to our national security today is youth unemployment and food insecurity. These two factors are fueling the loss of confidence in our democracy, revealed in the recent Afro Barometer report on Ghana. Yet, this media review failed to address these two major concerns.
Sansemi William going to any Emmanuel Akoli there and no free Emrashe Bedwam Ebreye na fe dia kan nyina so yaboaboa no ye fancy he ya eja enne na ode asem na to nti ye be ba mu nkakra na nkomo bi e wo ho no ye di no nkakra sa se be ya obi a ebenya ne chefa e wo budget emu
na yanko budget no mu nkomo bo kakra yi na ye ne Manase Atabuahin oye aban kasama for government spokesperson ya no enkasa efa en budget yi afotesanfo e de kotom na se bedwofie yi ye wrabo an majo
mejo so me ya
ma me se we de akwa government spokesperson de te de te bia na wunya daje ne bre etie budget ni mu nsem ne bi
department no credit
in all fairness a meeting expectation
ma me fa akonya eso ncha ye tie fu ni na enwumre na men kan su dia se the media fiscal policy review of the 2024 budget or mine for some for come as we fie a working kan you know meet expectations because we share some key indicators and it say na what budget man na man for a petty new ma ban ye e betimi afa for example omo musika akokamu omo musika akoka defunct banks no na omo esu extra by Sabanian says the way I bit me a pissy cannot say at your mocano. Already now buying at me a raise this crack. Said the way you bit me and make sure say you did your mocha and some 4.46 billion Ghana cedis. And I say, yeah, can say your customers bears 66,445. You see, we pay now in full. That's a not so boy said the way or more companies or musica no. On between any hotel. And next finance minister, Nakasano Petisibia, say, yes, time to make arrangement for additional payment. There are additional payments of 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. So there are or more, yeah, the 4.46 billion cedis, no, it's your no more, maybe no. Yes, the 1.5 billion. To say the way I bet maybe a settle outstanding claims, no, nothing amount for why how much. One of the critical highlights. Finance minister no boss so I think so na we share a year budget review na buy no akwanya say o share say the see managing the sika sem any nyoma or the expenditure obetini request for a supplementary budget and also obetini ameki demand for sika for and I think so na we share election year dia buy dia expenditure they na spend the bro or more a budget constraints no. But this time around, finance minister not going to be say, yem is up for Sikaphobia, yem pay any supplementary budget. Name buying this for big no, you're done a day November last year concerning the 2024 budget. Any Sikashima, any expenditure, and they stay within those confines now, except buying demonstrate a high level of discipline. Said they are going forward now. A bit sure, say. The expenditure embro they're ya planning for no. After you so no share key macroeconomic indicators now on my some updates on it media budget review no. Was finance minister Emma you a modern more on my no and after economy nabo and I think there be a challenges one so Bema yehu and I think going into the rest of the year. This is a ben you go said the bear near my beach na na or mention nneɛma kakra about yɛ growth no wohwɛ ɔman no to a yɛtum pɔn ne nnwuma a ɛrekɔ so no in fact ne yɛ target ne gyina around some 3.1% but wohwɛ your first quarter growth now, in fact, akosoro ama yenya some 4.7% of GDP yes strong ko. After so share or more on the domestic debt exchange or more tata free or more signing on to bond and I or more yes or more dear buying and crack times and such or more signing on or more coupons no as soon as I was buying it here. In February this year, I buy a key payment of 5.9 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, near the highest payment ever. So, be a quarter bond. Now, I buy a million times to this everything. This was the highest ever. Finance Minister Emma update on it. Said, Namea Doma, I buy said the Bayer, you August, more now 6.1 billion. They do on a bond, maybe amateur. Into $6.1 billion. And it's a billion Ghana cedis, billion Ghana cedis. Then the available. Said they are going forward. You bet me a year or more bonds. So ever much. And see a very significant saying now or yet now your senior citizens any penny phobia can no more even at the Ministry of Finance. It is buying a keep these provisions and that's just a idea a year strong. I think so no in the mid-year budget review of the sample no a kayano. Or my even to say, buying a big aquemo. Said they are a buy a sick ceremony. Yeah, you bet me, I ye, the far bear for quite so I ye. Now, ya make it sure, say, Sika, you know, could go be able to and no any platform, Ghana.gov payment platform. You make it sure, say, institutions are buying you a core Akan or Munyan course, our platform, this one. A money yet, say, you need to monitor every person almost spending. They say go and say they are technical talent is here. You kick out who am I using for one person? You do almost the cost. You sounds what the gift next platform and also so boah said they are a bit near monitor expenditures and so of other state institutions. And the money revenue measure of also on the debt aspect. No, sounds to HM say I buy Eddie Siri go and said me a shine. You can say no, am I me. Any external creditors adding command, in fact, on the whole, at me, ama buying some relief. You make sure, say, you restructure your economy.
Where the Rabbi, Bako, a cano, a car, a show man, and 742 billion Ghana cedis as of June this year. Then I go say, and you're gonna the crown at Tonwa, Yabaka, Adiani ye pay a key any nyama wobble she said aban edis ke baba be na e kay the way and the bibisa say ade abansi ka jimonyam free IMF num na wode be ye metua we no
in fact e ka en say aban e make sure that one ye ma isika se magina ye no necessity en commodity ye ne amana hodo any you make work as or more amanonia, and you much dream come said the bear on bit me some relief on bit maybe a can be a fear, even in dollars. And I think not in Punta Juma be brain so astalling. I didn't want to say there were lots of road projects, any hospital projects are a year, a man who do I near one day I was for, and or more air funding those projects. And I say, I could just or more now or more those projects. The moment only here almost can almost suspended those projects now. And through in Kitahudia, need these countries making sure that all these stored projects now, say a callback, chase the canoe every more Abba, Snap was the day I bit me a real project implement significantly on a cana a water sano. They are buying a year and say, this Guaquem said we will stay within your budget. Now, yen spend this cabin emerald. I mean, the agency is fine because the more opens out spending more, no, you see, assembly and already our form, no, member, what Bobu Sandy be play. And Tina, you make sure one, you requested for any supplementary budget. Send a physically, Coca Super carry by not as a Bobu Sandy Biego. Then after into two, once I any external creditors, Edding Como, said that they are, you dabre kakana for the next 3 years yentia car ye de omo no be boase de be ya ebetumi ahyehyɛ yesika sɛm na afei subsequently yetumi etua ne kakanka over a period of some 10 to 15 years nti ɛka ne wɔ so but aban de ne mba akwam sɛ de be ya ye be ma nneɛma agyina yie na afei ye sidi ne nso so anya ahoɔden na dollar ne bo ne nso so aba from kɛseɛ paa sɛ de be ya ɛka ye di no in dollars no I mean, you betia sidi kakra bi na me ɛyɛ no every one.
Ba ku biam sɛ we de wo kwai ka bo ma yɛn answer na budget be ba kra na no ho ba bi aba sɛ small and medium size businesses no enje sɛ ye be ba ma sanye sɛ ye no be boa ma they will grow na sa boa konkonti bo be nyina yɛ kɛse adane apunkyerɛ ni ɛno no nkyerɛ mu no asɛ ebi anu amukasa say road map no say dan get clear papa and then on road to Ghana for say aban nim dia wo ye bi say for road to no we sense obi ansa aban obi an command pressure bia aban hundi an a otwam ana fitibira otwam no nso so no afi de de na aban hu adada otwam no won fa maaye na afi na obeba ma ne say 2025 obesan de abai.
Okay, it's on boja adwuma small and medium scale enterprises no for some for no ekesi sudua say aban e be say gwa kwam say de be ya omo amanehuna eya edokrom ne betimi ayi afri ho amomo impempi na ya na some of these boja adwuma so or kopebusia e wo bank an si hu a e wo ho no eya na e wo suru ye e na bank si wo krom nya willing say an kran so wo small business do be na e farmer they are buying and say in fact sometime last week a bra your man penny a power SMEs growth and opportunity program no okay say a buy provided 8.4 billion Ghana cedis said the buyer the best boja for education because your economy anymore 92% of your businesses made up of this boja juma who being here say the so much again finance minister can say a buy receiving $400 million from IMF or IFC. I know so for boja juma said the way this near someone saying I'm more to say and if you can move to J3 said the very on business at the IOM business. After it's on SMEs no received some $45 million from African Development Bank. And also so sika specific say and famboa boja juma here pa sika ye did someone said the very on juma bekuya Namiatom yes say me enya bebre nemom de ebe ye say enkoye the usual trend so obi atro propose abi ana so to business into kwa according to here me am discuss on fan be ya say no afanye we dey the regular screening ebe gu akwamu na fe the checks are emu again enso so egu akwam say the be ya ye the obi fancy mu ana so obi discuss on the be ye enyoma say this obi fa ni power ne boja adwuma mu say the be ye betimi atra ye be monitor na fe aban ni to ade no businesses ebeye kese na fe ebetre na fe ebe fasode abrobia no eno na ye betumi actually because medium scale enterprise omo no omo the engine of the economy omo drive oman no forward nti da aban akoma so aye ni gisem say system sika ye betumi de asom ase no aban provide bi so na yetimi nya a lot of grants from IMF and the African Development Bank. It's very soon. You better say I roll out now. You share kwanya. You better make sure say strict screening. No, now say no so abwa. Said you better you better make sure say you so omasne. Now say omo dagenya na akoye say omo 8 million loan because it's who was no. You need na every honso amomo. On the issue of the road toll no. In the 2024 budget itself, for example, the tema motorway, you say about 6 lanes or 5 lanes, 5 over, and after so no. They said the who Pokwase Amasaman Dobro at the concert with me, and so see 10 lanes, 5 or not 5 over. In we are now say share the PPP, public-private partnership, are buying. Car buying the same any the private consultant on the score the same no I was see it me every copy and I see it me enya sika back into no ne be to ne beba said the bear you bit me enya sika back into no ne say ya you go and said it may be these projects we make sure say 5-10 links no a bit for the project itself. Now I'm up by who I have I was saying also.
Era, please from that anyway.
Mr. Medo was the brain, Michelle.
Manasseh Atabwahi, a government spokesperson. Yanono budget in moon komokakra. Yan to me can some na NC, Tiabekan Yajabi. Yaka Ghana ha enim difoa. Woma wada ye wosikasem emwadi siantrɛtrɛ ni musuahunu. Said ye kasikasem frafra trama isaya. Dr. George Donfe, economist at the University of Ghana. Dr. Peter Femsini enumere yamwajo.
Inabewa medawase.
Mejidi say eja mo amokasi kasem fra trotro idie budget ya bebe nyina no na mo wo expectations bi. Doc yanwe dia na eja economist mo party yi enene ya dia tudwe.
Yo minia be mama menawase na menchia achieve nyina. No kwasem say de okan na ye expectations. Na bibrebe ana medwen say CC no eno ana mehu ye na ma menka say the finance minister kokoye enye adefofro ye na mamra no e kire say niwra afefofro ma aba no yeso de tu dwama Ghana fo nyina tese e ko obefa so obi nye sika no nya ko obefa so obi di no eno ne budget no na ye ko ready budget ni wi na share afinancia from 1st January all the way to 30th June, no? That is the first half of the year. No? Yes, sir, Abano, Samagana 40 as I say. So, Sikana or Kansi will be Yano. And she say, Muno, Ogusua won't say Sikana. Bill, quite of Kansa or Befas with Sikano. Sa ne Kwana, then Tessa, and she say for Ben or Peso Yen, or budget now the two Ghana for any. And only a friend media review. No? Now, media review, you know, they were buying church more. Now, economic growth, no. Now, baby, I would do 2 years after I say, Benyano. You must be, who said, you will have you want the economy national perform better. Because I got as Canada, you just say, during the first quarter of the year, that is from 1st January to 31st March, you know, economy no, Nimuno, Echo, Hamunti Moon, Chili Ponson, the Bruni fan of 4.7%. You know. It is a Cobasa there, and then I say, you bit me a ye achen de omokan sentini se wo hwe yem budget na nhwehwemu no nanka enyini no ebenyini no na chese na 3.1% at that time around 3% on ese ne yetimi anya 4.7 during the first quarter and ye chese generally no ye ho aya adoma ebetimi akwa animu nyini no omani sikasam ni nyini no economy ni nyini no ebetimi akwa animu tina me hwese finance minister this agent betuja or the tuja bio na Ghana ye debt to GDP ratio could do 70%, and that is a yet, that is what could do a kaburuburum. Na Yawa Adom, Omoye be a friend debt restructuring. Near the cut $13.1 billion, Euro bond, I JJ, and one could piana many intimitria. Now, and also nonsense over here. Omudi abetu just say, Omudi Sakanum 4.7 billion, a chair, what the call Ghana scammer, 72 billion Ghana cities, Omudi a chair. And no income for a Canadian Kibetia between 2023 to 2026, 4.7 billion and Kibetia, almost a year, Chiana, common year after 2026 and 2027, and Zania has yet. Bill, among mine, Bosia, a friend bilateral debt, Ghana, Kobo, Bosia, or China, Ghana, Kobo, Bosia, or Germany, and also not almost in the say, said the name is Siano, Omudi, Sicano. Nitriano or Mobama release between the period 2023 to 2026. That is $2.8 billion between these 4 years. Or also almost a the free 2027 income. Yeah, yeah. So can we in Abu Manachas Ghana Yesika Samno, Ama about Koma Jono, Ama about Koma Jono. And Untina may share any Musa finance minister that you just say. Yakoma Driamane, your debt to GDP ratio now. 70%, and I'm 62 at the end of June. I May about 62%, 62 there. Attach the art then because we are 2019, you know, and confidence and Sembabano. They debt to GDP ratio, they 62.5. And it's a about 62 and that is 2019 baby a near one yamia daroma e kasa mu de e ho na yakọ and also audit to jakama na dia mini abema ye me depa ne say GRA tem dia obete afene be so no e to aye so mo jeje no e so mo antimi anyeje e ba so mo antimi anyeje ya na e for so ma ba no de 12 for ba anye sa adwumayefo akatua also betua wontimi ntua because afene mu no aba kire adwumayefo akatua skadodo de betua ye wa kire skadodo de beyi kwan wa kire skadodo a obetete ama ministries ama ministries ne de aye adwuma ene ade wa kire kire ni nyina nti se ko ba se bibinti abansa nka eto a wo jeje na ya na ede akonsidie bibribi eba na ene yenya ne ntie se Ghana Revenue Authority eto no omo jeje no omo timi ajeje ama na bro omo target so during the first half of the year ya eno ya sem papa enam sa kwa no sunti ana ama abai one for tax fufu bi ama say limpia tax fufu bi a chire so wa sa so ama expenditures ka do so e be di kwa e be yi adwumayefo akatua so do so be tuo muka the odema ministries near the Ghana Health Service ye dey ahwa ma so obi yare no kokonfa no chia doctors etimi ahwe no say sika ne ade ni nyina no ye hwepata tekema abai hu se ne nsa beka nti hu hia say obi betua tax fufu no so na me hwe ni mu say finance minister dey betuga or the tuja pepe na me ni ade wo mu say macro economy ne de ne etimi ekototin pa ne de wo mu ye micro e ka say micro individual no ye botom ti sam de ba ye kan nyina ye botom no so de na kire ye botom sam ne de akonsidia kakra wo ho sentin say inflation na me no ka say de 22.8% ye che kwaya enema bo ntutumu no fa so kosoro no akoduru wo ha untichemu aduonu mienu akiripo enwotwe ya eno no enye asempapa ekobasa ukodwa so ya na edwomu nyemere but anu nyina nka fu no be compare 2022 ekoduru 54 na ya ebika mansan nyina na na chese ye na mission ehwehwemu ase de finance minister de tu just afini kwa we ni adu 15 no ye be ha 2016 na 15.4 and 2019 etimi ba 7.9 na just nanke yeyi sensem we ba yenti na ehuri ko so sa no na or they are two just say you benya 15%. Yeah, me ne ya again. The time ne ya again. So we have 54 na near and within a year, Timothy bar 23 at the end of last year, and then January bepen net the share don't think of Fumbia, and then I'm 23 because 22.8 then 23 moonwa. Then so we have the issue of Bianyam bar ama food inflation me sure say enche ebekanama you could just about the bantia. And by no boy, then on the bone of the bathroom. A cobasa and inflation, the canamana bathroom. The mum, I consider one. I consider one say, I'm on Saint Johnson, petrol, 10 beer petrol, water cost on the Ghana. After the same thing is an individual being a Quaman Saint Johnson petrol at the time. To a corner and the boy, or bar of the turn about the petrol boy at the pet. I can't even Emma, I mean, Ebama, Classica, Boa, I didn't. I can't say. Secretary Cabo Kosura, a can name in Ama, Minia, and Master Wedding. It's one na me bompa is global market, oil price, a bit stabilizing. Nina and Confiano, almost got up to now, the dollar. You see, the number of against dollar and also say, yeah, and also to me, my petrol no as a costro. And on a messer, I buy say, and now I know, say, you will see a Pudu Bank of Ghana power, yeah, or the actual just say, there was 3.1 import cover. 3.1 month import cover. Say you see Kapudu a good bank of Ghana no economy. Say you see Kapudu our dollars do our what they are. And then I may rabbi say on she on modern say obeba it just one $80 ni biaba. Na dollar no it ni buy the good just they are. The man bonnet so that they are capital. The dollar say a petrol boy na obi an chere no. About the mission na otni yes ahuni ya. In Alabama. No, give him a pass. I say no person na inflation. I can say 15%. Because na I hit below 15%.
Yeah. Look where the young Joe Breaker say and you may now who couldn't you be said that na ebay. Crofo be say acquire about office unti. Said the tibia ban no bama near biafa. Sika be pompe and just said near mem said the bear as usual. Or they a better say, well, you went to Ghana for her about some trouble and for a mano. Bibisa our budget team.
That the crowd, the visa in Ukraine. Remember about we are apart from 2020, Omudisika, a bro, Yenano, also I defend Gunifano, fiscal deficit. Yamamrano, the woman you said, of 2018, 2019, the Juma said, Tika Obedi Aburu, the Unya and so Nipa Saburu, how much you Umsend, you said a fiscal responsibility on Umsend Yumandias, Menoka say, Sikana Yeti Aburu. I'm the time the court of the dinner by two Samara, and so even though Samara was one more than I said, and then fiscal system. Enko should be an abba from Pa. Do share if you do no banana, you know what me maintain fiscal system also a abba from no. I'm what say, or what me I maintain or revenues, or expenditure. The Bonifano, fiscal slippages, no. I know Brassica. Now we share about Christmas, said the okay, trap, that is me to grow. I know then so far. In 2020, no, which COVID did not say in the man, people so sad because the 2020, I'm about trouble. Now, so about revenue and more, and when something said, there be about 10 revenue to buy and pour, and not talk to, and from Dominia Bar, and go far, I'm on Nabano. Import this is not Benano. The Musa 2020, not being called Obima, and I buy a bicycle, man, say credit. I'm saying, the Senate and Kosovo. In the man about Busama, Atom, Dinano, in Wasa. We say, and you are this government reports of cadre system. She will say, I feel in the cadre system. Now it has been contained below 5%. Yeah, you may be master the baby a channel about the Buru, I say, I'm economy.
Peace FM that's your number. Dr. George Donfe, or your economist at the University of Ghana. Near Nibonkumo.
I saw the two boots about
2025.
I said when I'm a kind of probably anti and me say, and down no one more quarter than a cocoa. I can't say what you root to my Dana necessary in a minister. Here on my own, ye boo my as I see a more beer who's a mra. Edo man ho so na wa ban mo so na wo opposition emra wo ho asa wo ye minister untimi mfa wo koko en okoko so asem o ya ready budget minister si o me wo trimu pose ye beyi we se afro budget yi kura no ye nko discuss o parliament ya approve budget ye nye ho appropriation enka ho hwe anadwo no a ujafote me koko se matwa to butum ampampa na omampane akufa do watrase ahwe papai ahwe noa ma hwetama omutwa to butum ebesi sabri e ka Ghana abo edi o ya mo sa da iba no e ka ne sen enti afa na yesa kosi to butu foforo ti to butu na afa na yesa abebo ka
accident ebubu ni
esi foforo
temade yi sei oh
chale afa na abebo ka sa si to butu foforo hwesa time we nyina Burkina Faso kai abe fire kwanso say ye kwa abaya wo ho kirewo to the extent say single man contractors minim say sa na from mpa single man contractor omo do kwan no ho no omumpo aban di omo ka ma ka redu ba bi na ka no ko 1 million Ghana cedis enya senso bo achi na ba na no be yi free ho a enka sa single man contractors yi aban da so de omo ka ontimi ntuai
anke betum di tobu secretary omo ka
atwi omo ka a tobuti ye betimi dey maintenance kakran ne ade a o major road no so no yonko de ne kokuso asem ne buso keke o budget nya na wo kan ye oforiata no kan ne budget no kra no sa budget kra sa bre yonko de debate o parliament ene ya beji atum ene ya ka say ye be ye ho appropriation na de obo so asem anadwo no a ntokwa wo ma sa de edi ba krom ha accident asisi o sa to butu ho mesi sa anadwo na makwata na se ko mabene gu fado yinadi abusa fo me de ho me so ne anya ba fo nkra to omra ye be se abase esi a
exhibition.
I go Ghana. Every Benada 20th August. Ekopim Benada 27th August 2024. Abatwa komisa. Ebeda abatwa nkrata nedi. Ewo mia ya to abenina ewo mine mu. Every anopa nonso. Ekopim enyumbre no nsiande bia. We akwenya mo bia. So ba ko hwe ni din. Ene ne police station. Se bibia ya pepepe. Na afa so ye ba hwe se obi a onsem fata din eni abatwa huma ni mu. Na afa so se ye beyi omo mafiri mu nyina din. Every abatwa huma ni mu. Ne science no with the death certificate, burial permit, and now obituary notices. Ebeba near the ejina so yi omudi efi abatwa huma ni mu. Se wo ho kwan ana watro wudi se wasa wo to aba. E wasa wo de wo ID card and wo registration slips ni na akwasa da no. Ana so say obetimi abo *711 *51 hash. E wo telephone so ma wotumi de ahye wudin ene nyoma e fa ho se bibia ya pepepe. Obi a wo ho kwan se wo to aba. Onim obi a oni ho kwan se wo to aba. Watro ni din no. Onyi abatwa commission no asutire. Na ne njina so ni se nipa ni nya efie du woche. Se onya Ghana ni. Se na dwemu nda ho. Ana se onya nimpa ko a o se oye. Ana se bebi a otse no enya bia otro ni din se obeto aba. Se anya bia ye de wudin Akan exception ana multiple registration list ne ho a akwanya da ho. Se wo be kire die ntia ense se wudin e wasa ahoma ni mu. Afei so kayo se abato ahoma na ye beda ne ti no. E be sha se efi Benada 20th August. Ekopim Benada 27th August 2024. Ye beta abato nkrata ne di. E wo police stations ni na wo man ni mu. Efri anopa no nso ekopim enyumbre no nsia de bia. Wa bato e na kire wo dat.
So go and check your name.
Happy delightful June. Swachilala, chichi soso. Afrana pa. Epe pashu breakfast and was in woman. Joe happy delightful juice against with toast, cereal, and even them cool. A bread and fifi. The most free man. Happy delightful juice. One of what? And you be here. Happy to relax away. So I know when you're. Let's say what the chamado. Happy delightful juice. Of an appear bring you all day long on fruit juice. No happy delight. One different flavor. Different size. You number 1 liter. Number from 150 and 250 ml.
A healthy life shows on your supermarket.
Happy life fruit juice. Loaded with taste.
Peace FM.
Tune it in. Turn it up.
Peace FM.
And rip off the knob.
Ghana de shemama eha ena ebrebe me kwan ema enwumrei yedemo asie. Se enya budget ikenka na twi mu ankasa bre esenke yede mo adwenkyere ya mo so mo de be support kasebo yi ebremo adwenkyere ne yenyumakuo bi ada roma Remy Spices onim say Remy Spices eba no eba ahodo your Remy goat, Remy chicken, Remy jollof and a Remy beef na no emaduane ye de ankasa okoba bi eto aduane ho ne ema bi a Remy o Remy ene no wo so eno a ne yeto emaduane ye de Remy ada roma ene etanse de kasebo ibremo efreme nana ya okese mene
oyene nana kwame amo
yen ena ye de kasebo yi ebremo Oson's chemist the Oson's garlic capsules and afi Oson's baby gripe water ebeso yasene MTNC we there for you everywhere you go. High Sense Ghana, everyday prices for everyday people. Say home appliance and kwa dia enya weni enyano ho home appliance and kwa dia okuku hu High Sense wa me nyano ho sanbra nebe fo ade Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Yes, Allahu Shafi. Allah ene yasafo. Aya ne yars Allah ne yarsafo dia. Salenya me. Salanya me wanya me. Ne de me jitu wanya me. Say Allah ono ne yarsafo nko ade a ene na Dr. Mibonsu. Ene so do ani kire. De ma mi di Dr. Mibonsu wa dance a menhwe machi ni say. Ono wati hoi. On fasika ni bre ene common ni bre. Mekania won't me nchireo Amibunzu no mu ukwa osa yare kra say wo charge wo kwa na tese do de achewo ahia na Dr. Amibunzu woje Duffel roofing system enjensen ya de bodan so Duffel na say Ghana fo nyina agina to mtina obia atwa ne njensen ewo ho no Novus Industries and Trading Limited onom kire say anom ne bia ya opesa de serve e wo party ase no aya hwe Novus fo akira kwan you ma hodo e ma ponto ne yede but ahoden so ayede ye adwuma if budget cash and carry for wo Blue Jeans energy drink Blue Jeans if budget cash and carry wada roma ene yede bremo ene de nana ya abotwe make us say nana pesmaka watena say Mickey Salamiki. Yes, Mickey darling. na de one sala fine ane na fine papa sala sa fa nzatu nukum na mehwe ade oh na person maka ye mu ye nsia no hwe ja yuza miki yuza ede oso ya ade yenka bi mawo asempe ni ana ya bojo atranse mpacho mi jemu ama miki dale na onu matra ko mse no ngotwe bebo ada ma se ma moniti